Good evening, everyone.
Here we are. How you doing?
I think I have Coury turned up too loud. Let's see.
Am I can turn myself down if I need
No.
to.
I for some reason my desktop audio was all the way up. Usually I dial that back. I think you're fine.
All right, just let me know.
I'm wearing the old CGQ Classic Gaming quarterly shirt. I don't know how well the back shows up on stream.
Oh yeah. It's pretty cool design that he has. Try. They're saying that you're way too quiet.
I am way too quiet. I mean, probably in comparison to you. I turned you down. We should be pretty balanced now. My levels are my normal levels.
Okay, well let me know if
Should be.
it's too loud. I can turn mine down if need be. But some of these people might be saying it, and they might be just seeing the past at this point.
Yeah.
Before you've turned it down.
Yeah. Let me know if this is okay. Okay for my levels. This is where I normally am.
Yeah, just let us know. I'm keeping an eye on the chat. The audio is very stereo sound, I guess.
What?
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. You need to come up in
volume is max
volume.
and I'm way too quiet. I don't. What? That doesn't even make that really doesn't make sense.
All right, and I sound perfect.
I mean,
okay, it's okay. So like now they're saying it sounds good now. Okay, let's just. I think we're okay.
I mean, people must be way behind or something.
Yeah.
Volume sounds fine. Coury is still slightly higher. Well, I'll turn Coury down just a tad to balance it.
Just a touch.
Yeah, I don't know. These are my normal levels. I always thought it was fine. Maybe I was wrong all along.
Yeah. So you've been doing some reorganizing this weekend, right?
Yeah, I was. I the house had kind of been in disarray for a long time. Like I tend to have this bad habit of
we got it really quick. We got a $2 donation from Aaron Welch, who says the Portland Retro Expo really needed us.
Well, we really need the Portland Retro Expo sometime.
Yeah, we'd love to go. Thank you for the donation. It was that is probably the top of our list of ones that we'd like to go to.
But yeah, I mean I tend to have this. I really like my house being organized, and I actually like the process of organization and coming up with new ideas for how to set things up and stuff. But I always have this habit of I can only keep like one area in my house organized at a time. And for a while, that's been the living room where my game setup and work setup and everything is. But yeah, so upstairs had been a mess for a long time, and I have, so I spent all weekend getting it kind of in place and organized. Really, the only thing I really still need to do, I mean, I need to sort through a lot of stuff in the closets. I can probably get rid of a lot of junk in there, but I need to run wires for the upstairs setup, which is primarily going to be for capturing composite, S-video, and component for certain consoles that, I just don't have hooked up with component downstairs. Like I can use the HD Retrovision cables I capture that upstairs with like my earlier revision OSSC. I can do that to make, fair comparisons to RGB stuff that I can capture downstairs. And in addition to that, I can always do composite and S-video through the RetroTink. The FrameMeister is going to be set up there, while I'm going to do everything through the OSSC downstairs. So I can go upstairs to capture like these alternate things as I need them. But I just need to wire it. But I've got things in place and it's looking good. There's even going to be some S-Video Commodore 64 action going on up there. I'm pretty excited about that, including with a Commodore S-Video monitor. But I need to hook it all up. But I've got the elements are in place.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I still got some work ahead of me, but it's gonna be cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started here because I mean, I don't think this is going to be a particularly short game. I mean, I know how long to expect a Mega Man game to be.
It's not that long, but I mean,
I'm not certainly not finishing
chilling.
tonight.
No, I don't think you'll finish it tonight, but it's very, standard to like early Mega Man games.
But the levels seem kind of long based on the demo.
The levels are definitely longer.
I strongly believe
I've watched this intro before. And I love it. I love seeing like the young. And I love how like young Wily has this like very generic like young anime guy voice.
And his hair makes him look like he should be in Mega Man Legends.
Yeah, I can see that. He's sort of got a bit of a T-Soul Bond look going on there.
So, the department chooses Thomas Light's research into robots with independent.
And I am playing, even though you sadly are not seeing it as such, I am playing this in 4K.
Yeah.
Why are
Nice.
you fools so blind? One day, Light.
I only have a regular PS4. I have a Pro. So we should talk a little bit about kind of what's going on with our Patreon and membership stuff.
Oh yeah.
We kind of have we've decided to push a lot more content towards them. We're gonna be doing a weekly video log. It should probably be out every Thursday is when we're kind of aiming to do it.
Yeah, basically it's like super casual, minimal editing type stuff. So
Right.
not like produced episodes, of course.
But I kind of had an idea yesterday. Like I did one. It was like 20 minutes, or it was like 18 minutes, or something like that. This week, where I kind of went over like a number of different things. But now we're kind of like, well, maybe it should be. We can make like a variety show. Like that's kind of how I'm imagining it.
I mean, we'll see if it works, but it's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that like if we have something, it can be literally anything. I think that it's just kind of a way to just talk about stuff. Like I talked about like some music I've been listening to lately, like in this new one, and it's pretty cool. It's just like a good outlet, I think. But the idea of like a variety show is, we have like a list of ideas that we want to like do like little videos on, just like maybe record them, like maybe put together like in like around an hour, and we do that a couple times throughout the week. Then we just compile all those little segments we put together and release them as like a video log. I think it'd be fun, like maybe a little intro hosting segment, and then put it together. It's just this kind of idea that I feel is not going to be like a lot of effort, and it's just like if we want to talk about something, like I finished Shadow of the Tomb Raider the other day, and I was like I kind of want to talk about it for a second. I mean, so like maybe I just sit down and give my thoughts on it.
Yeah, instead of like doing it all at once. Like
Yes.
you did all your other segments at once. Like just do it like when it comes to mind. So they might be in different settings. It might flip between each of us just randomly because we could just record the segments.
Or I might just go back and forth. Like maybe one of us can be like, hey, like kind of give a little intro, and then we just go into the segments. Like that's kind of what I'm hoping for it to be. We got a $2 donation from KillPain8787. Is that a Max Payne reference? Where they're like, it's pain. says, "Are you guys? What are you guys getting Red Dead 2 for?" I think both are kind of getting it for the Xbox One X. Is what we decide.
I mean,
but I'm
like
not getting it day one. I don't have it pre-ordered. I'm gonna wait for a little while. I simply don't have time. So
yeah, I would love to get it. I would probably get it day one if I wasn't like playing Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah. So I do want to play Dragon Quest 11. I'm going to be playing it soon, but I had this stupid idea that I'm going to kind of see how long I can keep it going for. So I started and finished Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Friday. I mean, I played like about 2 hours a night, you know, from like Monday and beat it on Friday. And I had this stupid idea that the next game I'm gonna play, the first letter of the name has to be the last letter of the game I just finished.
You know, it's not that bad of an idea because it, you know, it kind of like limits your choices and like makes it easier to actually like settle on something.
Well, I mean, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and it ends with an R. So like, I'm gonna play Resident Evil 7.
Great idea.
Yeah, right. It's like perfect timing for the for Halloween, October. You know, so I was like,
I'm excited for you to play it. It's a good game. Like I think of it often.
So I think that's. I'm just gonna see how long I can keep it going for. Because I think what starts with 7 though. I mean, I might end up just doing. I can say.
You can say even L
the
or
word
N.
7. Yeah, or the word 7 ends with an N. Yeah. Or an I. VII. So I think it's been fun. I mean, I could have just waited and done Red Dead 2, but I mean, I know it's gonna be such a long game that I have so many of these 10-hour games that I really want to play. So I'm trying to keep myself to, you know, like maybe playing from like 9 to 11 most nights. And I can beat one of these in like a week. Seventh guest, but I don't own Seventh Guest. It is, and I mean, I don't know. It'll kind of force me to kind of look at my options, and be like, well, which one of these do I want to play the most? I have finished Mega Man 11. This is Try's first time playing it. Yeah, I mean, except for you played the demo.
Yeah, I played the demo, and I watched that opening before. I'm going to review the explanation of the double gear system. I should have probably done this before. Probably should have done this intro stuff before. Before the stream, but alas.
Are we looking forward to the Spyro Rig Ned trilogy? That's what guitarist Tom 12 asks.
I played the first Spyro like not that long ago, like sometime last year, and I really liked it. And I only a couple months ago got the second and third games, and I'm really looking forward to them. I kind of just want to play them on PS. Like, I don't know what it is. There's like these cool PS1 remakes lately, like the Crash games, but like I haven't played through the Crash games. I kind of just want to play them on PS1. I don't know why, but
I don't see. Yeah, I've been feeling that way a lot too. I just wanted to play the original version. What do we think of the Neo Geo Mini? I mean, to be honest, I had it pre-ordered and canceled it because I just didn't have a lot of interest in it right now. So I do not have one. I had it pre-ordered, and then I was like, oh wait, this comes out next week. I'm not gonna buy it.
So I mean, I feel like I don't want people to like spoil me on the boss order or anything. I feel like Blockman is kind of encouraged as the first almost because he's like appears in that story scene and he was the demo boss and stuff.
Yes.
But
yeah, and I mean he's the one. He's the one. I'd say that you're probably accurate. I mean, he's who I started with.
Yeah. I mean, it seems a little boring since I did play the demo, you know, to not do a new level first, but that's a pretty decent CRT on, like...
Yeah.
It doesn't appear on the text, it looks like, but it's over the character. But yeah, I don't want any suggestions on bosses to take on after this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I knew either. So there was, you know, John Linneman talked about, you know, the input lag between this version and the Switch version.
Right. Apparently PS4 is actually possibly has the most latency.
Yes. I mean, according to his tests, it definitely does. And I would trust those. I think he told us about that, you know, before when he was like working on the video. He says, you know, there's this input lag. And I think that the input lag is just like somehow it's just like something like inherent to the system.
Right. He was saying that it's been happening again and again where Xbox One like has the least latency, and you know he was trying to theorize like why that would be, just how the system accesses GPU functions or whatever, you know.
Right.
But I mean, like I just feel like buying a Mega Man game on Xbox would feel very strange to me.
Yeah, well, I have both Legacy collections on the Xbox because I got them on clearance at different times. But you know, I just wouldn't want to play it with that controller, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fine-ish, I guess. But
and you know, the Switch version, like I might get sometime down the road, just to kind of have it, and like playing it with like the 8-bit DO controller, it just like seems like a good controller to play with, even though it doesn't have like any anti-aliasing, I guess.
I mean, I didn't think it looked bad from the demo, certainly, but
right. So I did a kind of a weird thing in this. When you see how you can choose weapons really fast with the right analog stick, it kind of makes it pointless to have like, your weapon switching on your shoulder buttons. And there is like an option for rapid fire of your main shot. So I put that on R1.
Oh yeah. Well, but
yeah.
But the speed gears and stuff are on.
Oh, I put those on R2 and L2.
Oh, okay. So switch weapon is R2 and L2 by default, I guess.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Got a $5 New Zealand dollar donation from Retro Revolution, saying, "Hey boys, am I late this time?" You're basically right on time. I mean,
did you tweet?
I did, yeah. Yeah, basically, this is the first level.
The first level I'm doing.
Yeah.
Whoa. I think it's really interesting that this game is, I guess, done in-house. Like, I feel like games like this tend to be done like out of house, you know, like, you know, they hire like some studio like indie creates or whoa, oh no. Should have speed geared it up.
You didn't buy Shadow of the Tomb Raider though, did you? I mean,
I have
there's no
not
reason.
yet.
You haven't even. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I haven't even played Rise yet. Yeah, I mean, the only reason you got when you did was because.
So I got it free.
Yeah.
With the,
With the Xbox
the-
One X.
I mean, it's I was a little disappointed with it. It started out very good, and then it's kind of really falls apart. Kind of really falls apart. Story-wise, especially.
Wow, I definitely am almost certainly going to get it sometime.
Mm-hmm. So I guess like the big news this week is the Mega and
You
Mega
can't say it.
SG. It's very hard. It's very hard for me not to call it the Mega NT. I don't know why.
Well, you know, I like didn't even it seems so obvious in retrospect, but like it never even really like crossed my mind that NT was like supposed to be like Nintendo or
Right.
Or, you know, I think a lot of people used to say like Ninty. Remember, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Back in the early internet days, people would say Ninty. I don't think people say that anymore. I was like it's like, oh, that's like really obvious now, but it just did not click with me. And so like as soon as I learned what NT was supposed to mean, I'm like, oh well, the Sega stuff is probably gonna be SG.
Yeah.
I was right.
You were. I'm pretty excited about it. Obviously, I'm excited about it. I'm hoping that we get a chance to look at it in the same way as we got a chance to look at the Super NT. As I said to like our patrons, like we found out at the same time as everybody else. It's not like we were privy to any information or anything like that beforehand. I went ahead and bought a Model 2 Sega CD to use with it, just because, you know, eventually we'll want to show it, like working with that anyways.
Oh. It didn't look like my shots were connecting it.
Oh, did you die?
No, but like I was trying to shoot that thing. It didn't look like they were connected.
Or that thing's called? It's like called like Nega Eddie or something.
Yeah,
like that.
basically.
Well, no, that's like what it's actually called. It's like
It's kind of
you know, the opposite. Sounds like there's some kids getting in a fight. This is normal. I'm pretty positive it will have support for FM sound.
That'd be surprising if it didn't, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to try with different things. You know, I even ordered an SG 1000 game so I can test that with it. I ordered a physical copy of Dragon Wing. I finally will actually own Dragon Wing.
There was a comment today or yesterday that said, do you actually like Dragon Wing or do you just like saying Dragon Wing? What's the truth?
Oh, I mean, I just think it's funny. I mean, it's basically exactly like Kung Fu. the game Kung Fu. You know the.
Which we recently learned via Game Days is actually a Jackie Chan.
Right. Oh, we got a donation from Powder Keg saying the best upscalers I know. I mean, I'm not sure if there was like another one. I don't think so. Nope. Best upscalers I know.
That's us.
Thank you for that. we do our best.
We do. I mean, we upscale stuff, not ourselves, but we plug in the devices that do the upscaling.
Yep. I was just thinking of like some ideas of, variety show type things to do for like the video logs, and I was like, I should do like a dramatic reading of like the reviews that I wrote for my fanzine when I was a kid. Like that might be just like I could just do one a week.
Oh man, I'm not feeling optimistic about finishing this level without game over.
Yeah, I mean, I had to bump it down one level because there's more checkpoints that way.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, the levels are not short. Gosh dang it.
You get knocked down. No, it's tough. Oh, did you get knocked down or you die?
No, I didn't die.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get knocked down that far. Like, I just feel like I'm going to not get to the boss with a very good health situation. I do have an E-tank though. Yeah, this is my
and you can buy E-tanks.
So you don't think I should like worry about like
preserving them?
Yeah. Like there's always going to be that niggling worry though, because like I always think like how hard Wily 7 was.
Yeah.
Like if you use your E-tanks before you're really ready, then it's bad business.
We've had a lot of comments on the if we're gonna cover
they never fixed the door, not after all the complaining.
No. The pound cables, a lot of people say, you're gonna do a video on them. We have not heard anything from them. I can't, like, if they were to send them, or if we have that opportunity, like we might, we probably would do it, but we just have like a lot of other stuff right now anyways too.
Yeah, I'm just going to use the E-tank. I mean, might be a waste. It looks like you can only hold 6, so I mean, you can't really hoard them, it seems like.
I can't hold back anymore.
I think you can increase it. I mean, a lot of people are interested in the pound cable, Yeah, so you know how he die?
Yeah. Like,
because he has his own.
Is there a easy way to like slide under him?
I think you can just, you can make him slap his hand down, like, and move out of the way easy.
Right, so he's not alternating, like you're guiding what he chooses to do.
Right.
Okay, I wasn't sure, like if it was just random.
Yeah. We got a $2 donation or a £2 donation from Kev Blackwood asking if we're excited about the Poly Mega. I mean, I haven't thought about it that much.
I mean, I wouldn't say excited per se, but I mean,
we're definitely interested to see how it.
Yeah, I mean, I have an open mind about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see what it comes out to be like, you know? I mean, I know that I have no idea when it's even supposed to be out. Like, I know that they just extended their Kickstarter program or their funding, whatever they're doing for funding.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was like not like
completely funded. No,
yeah.
it made its goal, but they extended it anyways. As far as I know. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just not something I'm thinking about, you know, too closely, I guess.
Yeah.
It's close to the release.
I mean, I think we're needless to say more excited about the Mega SG, but like that's because there's like a really proven track record.
Right. Why don't you try out the power gear?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to use it a little more often. Like, if you have, see, let me experiment. If I like have a charge, then see if you have a charge already and then activate the power gear, it's like you're not charged. Like you have to do a new charge.
They should make the engine PT so people can play PC engines in good quality without the hassle of modding. I feel like that's going to be I think it's going to be the Turbo GX probably.
Why would we? I mean, what about like Turbo NC, like for NEC? Like what's the GX and the PT coming from?
Oh, the GF like a turbo and then graphics.
Oh, I get you. I mean, I think they should go with like a reference to the company name, like NC.
Oh, we got a $1.69 donation from Powder Keg. I think he said his name was Jared earlier. Thank you for that. He says, whatever our thoughts on the Mega SG. Or Mega SG. I had to think about it for a second. I mean, we just kind of talked about it a little bit. You know, we're obviously excited about it. It looks awesome. I love the design of it. You're a little iffy on the design.
Yeah, I was taking a second look at it and I was warming up to it.
You died in that same spot again.
Yeah, like I don't really have a grasp yet on like the power output of the power gear. Like, am I ultimately going to be doing more damage per second using the speed gear, I wonder?
Well, it's hard to say, but I will tell you that the power gear affects your acquired weapons as well.
Ah. Like, do they do different attacks?
Yeah, it's like gives them more powerful attacks. You'll see once you beat a boss.
Did you find
Nightfall
yourself
really...
using okay, yeah. I mean, I was able to get that guy like well before he got anywhere close to the edge. So I mean,
yeah.
Anyway.
Nightfall X really liked your prayer video, your Perfect Dark video.
Ah.
So he said he liked it, and it left him wanting more.
I feel like the if I'm not mistaken, Viva Pinata and Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise or whatever it's called is I think that's what it's called. Are both next? Like I think they're like in succession.
So you'll probably do those both in one video.
I'll probably do them in one video, but I've actually because it was requested on a backlog stream, I've actually played like 4 hours of it. I mean, I'm going to restart it because like that little clip at the very end of the video was from my save file, and I didn't remember how to play or anything. I don't really remember what I thought of it from that session. It was, you know, I mean, definitely not my normal sort of game I would play, but it is a game that a lot of people like. Like, you know, the funny thing is, like, when you talk about, you know, Rare after Nintendo, people have, like, all these different ideas about, like, oh, this game was the last good game Rare released. Well, this game was the last good game. You know, people go all the way up to, like, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Like, there's a ton of people who hate that game, and a ton of people who say it's, like, actually brilliant. So, like, I have no idea what to expect. I mean, there are people who like any and all of these games, so...
Right.
You know, I've got an open mind about it. You know, Viva Pinata is going to be a little different for me, but my main worry is I think those games are going to be longer than... I'm worried that they're going to be longer than I'm going to have interest in them.
I mean, you've got Viva Pinata and Banjo, but is there really anything after that?
I mean, I kind of want to sort of figure out a way to do the Connect games. Like, it's just like, I mean,
maybe all those in one video or something.
Yeah, I do all those in one video. Like, when I initially started, like with Grab by the Ghoulies, like I did not intend to do the Connect games, but like, I feel like I should.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're good or bad, but you know, it would be a fun thing to do.
Dustin Kramer's asking, hey Coury, will using a distribution amplifier with an unpowered component switcher prevent image degradation?
What?
Power...
That was like way more serious knockback than I was expecting.
I thought that the power introduced in the DA makes up for the unpowered switcher. I mean, that's a good question. It's definitely a question that I am not qualified to answer. I bet Steve Kuloff, HD Retrovision, would be able to give you that answer. I mean, I use a distribution amplifier. I'm using one to make these VHS tapes, where I can just like take my PS3 output, composite output, and run it to 4 different VCRs at one time. And they do claim that there's no noise added to it, so. I mean, it's possible. As far as I know, I think that a non-powered switcher is probably like... Holy cow! I just saw you. Did you just die there again?
I mean, I
I
just like did a bad jump. It hit my head and fell into a pit.
But I mean, I think that's. Steve said that, you know, in a lot of cases, like having a unpowered switcher is oftentimes better. I think it can introduce noise if you have like a really long cable run.
Right, but if you basically, if I recall, Steve's thinking is, it's easier to design a powered switcher badly. It's harder to design a
right
unpowered switcher badly.
Right, like the G-SCART and the G comp, like there's no power or no noise introduced. And like using a distribution amplifier with that would be probably fine. As long as, you know, the distribution amp you get is decent. I think the one that I have is by C Labs, and it was pretty good. But that's a composite one. Yes, in 2018 I bought a composite distribution, video distribution amp. All in the name of making VHS dubs faster. But I haven't been able to make it too much faster because I haven't been able to get like additional VCRs.
I ran into an issue with when I was working on the NES on Switch episode. I was using a early rudimentary version of my upstairs capture setup to capture composite NES, and I was trying to run it through a PVM and then to the retro tank for capture. But running through the PVM made it look like, I mean, yeah, it's composite, but I mean, it made it look a lot worse, like a lot worse, like very noticeably worse. Like, I mean, and you know, I don't want to be unfair to composite, you know. I wanna, you know, not add undue noise. So yeah, I couldn't do it that way. I end up doing direct. I'm hoping that running it through my Extron isn't going to do the same issue. Is it going to have the same problem?
I don't know. Oh, we got a $5 donation from JF. He said, what do you think of Sega delaying their mini Genesis and cutting off at games? I think they're partnering up with M2. I don't like that's. I mean, that'd be crazy if M2 was making a mini console.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's good. I just kind of seen some of the stuff that has been happening with ad games past week. I'm not sure of the exact story, but they released these these mini consoles that have like 8 games or something on them, and they, you know, there's like a multi-console, and I guess they have like different versions. Like they sent versions with like different versions of the games on them to people. Like they sent like people who were reviewing it on YouTube. Those ones had like the arcade versions, and then people who bought it, it has like really crappy like console versions of certain games for some reason. I think that's what's going on. I haven't been paying super close attention. Yeah, Review Unit had Pac-Man Arcade. Retail had the NES version. Oh, we got another $2 donation from Powder Keg. It says, "You guys are awesome." Thank you. So, word is it like So Drew Space is saying that Modern Vintage Gamer, the YouTube channel, said that the Extron adds 2 frames of lag. I mean, it's not doing anything to the image; it's just passing it through.
I mean, I have a hard time believing that, but I mean, I can't say I've done tests.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, we could do some tests.
Yeah.
We got a $2 donation from Red 5 standing by. So hey, try. We met at Retro World Expo. You too, Corey. We were buying games with Game Dave. And he showed me that the OSSCs were available, so I picked them up, and I'm loving it. Thanks, guys.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that conversation. There was a time where they were not readily available, but they are, as far as I know, just like
for about the last year. I feel like they've been.
Yeah, I mean it's a very good situation compared to a lot of other retro stuff.
We got a $5 donation from Itchy is Vegeta, saying, "Try and Corey, what do you got? When are you guys gonna have a booth at Portland Retro Gaming Expo? The only thing missing from the weekend." There was a booth or panel from you guys. I mean, we would love to.
Retro Gaming Expo.
yeah. I mean, if you ever want to see us come to a convention, like we are into going to like any and every convention that we get invited to.
Tell the people who run it you want us there.
Mm-hmm. We only went to one convention this year.
I know, and it had been like over a year since our last, which is like the longest between conventions, like since I started going to conventions. Oh, you know, the E-Tank isn't respawning. I wonder if I
I bet I think you're saving your bolts are 760. So I think
I wonder if I like exit the level
continue.
and then come back. If
I mean, it's possible. Jason Campbell is saying we should go to MagFest. That would be. I mean, we went to MagFest for like many years,
4 or 5 years in a row. Like even before the channel.
Yeah.
Like the first time we even met in person was MagFest.
Right.
Man, I'm having a really rough time here. Oh, I'm out of rush coil now. That's bad.
Oh, there you go. You're kind of figuring it out. Oh yeah. We got the silver play button. All right, we kind of. In this week's video log, it will be a little video of me opening it up. You can't really see it, but it's like the screen. It's like right over by my TV. Right back there above the PVM. We are not planning on going to MagFest this year. I mean, I'd resign myself to just not even consider it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just so crazy to get in. I mean, the best thing about MagFest was like, oh no. Oh man, that puts me really far back.
Yeah, I mean that's why the other like the lower difficulty gives you a little bit more. The thing is like the lower difficulty level is not like the easiest difficulty.
Right. Well, I feel pretty determined to do normal.
Okay.
I'm not in a special rush to get through the game, you know.
Right.
I'm hoping to kind of do the lunch break streams that we've been talking about.
Oh, you want to do it in this week? This would be like a good candidate for it.
Yeah,
too.
and just like try to do like one level a day.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it taking a week to beat this game.
Yeah. Someone's asking if we have shared custody of the play button. I mean, like as it is right now, like it's gonna stay here as far as I know. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, are you feeling like you're the?
Not particularly. I've got too many things to hang on the wall.
Yeah. I mean, I do too. But
I mean, I feel like the chances of us ever getting a 500,000.
I don't know is it 500,000 or is it 1 million the next one? I don't know.
I mean, I have zero predictions on whether
like that could even be remotely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm the same way, kind of. Like I don't know.
Like I always
don't feel like there's a lot.
I always believed in 100,000, but I don't know if I believe in any of those other numbers.
No, I just don't think that it's like the stuff that we do. We don't have the kind of personalities that would appeal to
probably
that many
not.
people.
I mean,
but you never know. We might find some like other like niche that we didn't even think about. Yeah, the gold play button is at 1 million.
For some reason, I thought there was a 500,000.
Never thought you'd make it this far. You're a few bricks short of a load.
I like their voices on this.
They say you're a few bricks short of a load.
Yeah, I like when he says that you're another brick on the wall.
Well, I'm just glad that they don't like go into this like monologue about like I don't want to fight you.
Yeah, it looks like you've gone maverick.
Yeah, now that was actually pretty hilarious.
See, go towards him and see if you can get him to bait him to
hit low.
Yeah, you gotta run closer to him because I think that he will.
I mean, it's hard to guess where his hitbox is, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, his other foot looks like kind of like it's a little further back, but
yeah, like maybe our stuff will appeal to people. I mean, like 8-Bit Guy, like his channel is like I saw someone mention him earlier. Like his channel just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. He has like something like 700,000 or something, and that's like over the course of like 2 years. See if you can slow it down to get out of the way of that.
oh, see, his toe just hit me.
I mean, for a lot of time, like for the most part, like I would forget to use my slowdown gear every once in a while. Yeah, 8-Bit Guy was at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. He posted a thing about CRTs, like what's like the best way to shoot video of a CRT in a group on Facebook, and someone tagged me to respond. Someone already gave him the right answer for that.
Man, I'm having a rough time here.
It's yeah, I mean it's not easy.
I'm gonna go lights left.
Oh,
Mega Man.
Okay,
we got another $2 donation from Powder Keg. He said 700,000.
good luck out there, Mega.
Maybe. That's what I think. A big guy is like over 700,000 at this point.
Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure?
There you go. Yeah, you can buy a bunch of the. So you keep your bolts. It looks like. So you
Yeah.
just like load up on, like you can max out and you can just tank.
I think I'll get 5 because I might find one in the level.
Good luck out there,
Yeah.
Mega.
A big guy. He did just do a video about modding a like a consumer CRT, and that's definitely a thing. I mean, I think Voltar was gonna mod my 27-inch Toshiba, put a SCART in the back of it
Good luck out there, Mega.
with like a switch where I can switch between component and RGB.
Are you
Go
sure?
go buy an extra life. I mean, it seems like they're generous with bolts, so.
Good luck out
And the
there.
Yeah.
stuff isn't like that expensive.
Are you sure?
Oh, there's more pages.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be?
Yo, Mega, can I interest you in some parts?
It seems a little inefficient that like Dr. Light, Roll, and Otto all have to be here to like run the shop. Like, what is
Well, they don't have
what
anything
is
else to do.
what is Otto's purpose in life if he doesn't run the shop? Like, that's all he's good for.
Basically.
So do I like choose which ones I activate in the menu or something?
Generally you want to keep them on all the time.
But you can use all
But
of them?
yeah, you can toggle them.
Oh, I can increase the number of E-tanks I can hold. That sounds good.
Why aren't Jimmy Hoppa and Voltaire in these streams? I think Jimmy was at Portland Retro Gaming Expo this weekend,
Yeah, he was supposed to be. Last I heard.
and he's meeting up with Bob.
And there you have it.
Oh, really?
Bob's is going to Vegas to meet up with him. Jeff O is saying, I can see this music being used in future episodes. Probably.
Let's go to another level. I mean, we're after 10 o'clock and we haven't beaten the boss yet.
Yeah.
It's
I like the music in Bounce Man's level.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's probably like my favorite track in the level in the game.
I mean, he looks a little intimidating. He's kind of large.
Yeah.
Let me turn so I can hear a little more.
I got a $9.99 donation from Matt Del Greco. It says, "Happy early Halloween, guys. Try what are the kids dressing up as?" I mean, I assume that you're like you mean my kids. My kids are dressing up as. My son's dressing up as Hulk, and my daughter is dressing up as Moana. They've had the costume for 3 months at this point. They couldn't. They had to get as soon as they came out. They had to get them.
Whoa, that's some bounce. This level definitely like feels like it would fit right in with like
With 8.
7 and 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong here? Oh, okay. If you hold A, then you. Like,
Yeah, you gotta hold down your jump button.
Oh, those hurt.
Every platform has some sort of soft, cute playground stage now.
Huh? Oh. I mean,
Yeah.
that was, I mean, been a thing for a while, I guess. Oh, weird. That, I don't. Oh, I see. I can see.
Kind of watching you figure it out.
This is definitely more of like a figure it out.
Yeah. I was pretty tough on this game's soundtrack at first, but there's definitely a lot of memorable tracks in it. I just think like the instruments, maybe like the synths and stuff that they use, like the sound of it isn't super memorable. Like the melodies themselves are memorable. I would love to hear what these songs sounded like in, you know, like a classic Mega Man style.
Yeah, I mean, after playing the demo, I definitely kind of had the title screen music stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I tried to do the graphics for the stream. They're photographs, they're just like edited photographs.
Yeah, I originally I wanted to like do actual, you know, like I wanted to do each scene individually, but then I realized that would cause a lot of problems. Especially because like you'd have to cut out each screen every time. And on top of that, like, you know, if something was to the side, then it wouldn't be like centered. So like, you know, I wanted the screens to be centered within, like, you know, what you're putting inside it. So, you know, there's a little not true to life perspective going on there, but I think it's okay.
Generally, you know, the viewers on this channel like this layout. You said that, you know, your streams on the backloggery, they did not like this.
For some reason, it's not a hit with the backloggery people.
I mean, we've had some people say, you know, it just takes up too much of the screen, like it's a lot of wasted space. But I mean, I can understand that. But you know, it's okay.
You know, it's interesting. I find myself like, you know, much more. I find myself using the just regular shots a lot more in this game than other Mega Man games that have the charge shot.
Yeah, I was kind of the same one. That's why I like having the rapid fire.
Yeah, it just feels to me like once they introduce. Oh, is that the boss already, or is it gonna be a mid boss?
It's a mid boss.
Yeah, it has to be.
It doesn't have the Dr. W.
The Dr. W.
We got Nick Mueller in chat.
Oh. Nicolaus Mueller. Look at that balloon frog. A robot. Eyes? Oh no.
Nick, it seemed like you missed like a pretty good get together in Chicago yesterday. That would have been a cool get together. It was Steve, Bob from Retro RGB. It was Steve from Age of Retrovision, Dan, Citrus 3000 PSI, and Super G in Chicago yesterday.
Nope. All of who we've met except for Super G.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to make that trip pretty soon, I think. Oh, that's a nice. There's a bunch of. Nick said I wasn't invited. I'm blacklisted. What's the thing that the game player's game tape says? It says, shoot the crab for extra life, and be whoever has the least energy. They get the most.
That he gets the most energy.
But when they say, you know, be that character,
like they're saying, they're like they're like assuming that you
become that character,
you know, Crash Man or whatever.
The thing is, you know, the way the character changes in this, it almost makes more sense. Mario Gaming 1985 says, "Hey Coury and Try. I'm planning on getting an N64 for Christmas. And from my retro game store. What game should I get? So just one?
I mean,
you gotta get. I feel like you gotta get Mario 64 if you're just gonna get one game.
Yeah. Easily, if you're only getting one game, it has to be Mario 64.
Yeah, either Mario or Star Fox. I think are the two best. I saw, what is it? Franklin Brown is saying, did you see Hard for Games video that was shot in My Life in Gaming style? Yes, and it was incredible. I loved it.
What was
My
the
favorite part is when he shows like
of your Shrek.
But it's funny because
I
love
didn't
the
have
part
a
where
chance
they
to watch
go.
the whole thing yet. I just saw the beginning.
It shows like two really crappy like screen grabs of both of them, and they says, "Which one's better? We'll let you decide. We'll let you make the decision." But it's kind of funny, I guess, the whole story behind it, because it has like the copy protection, like it won't work on the Game Boy player because they didn't want people to record it and pirate it. But the Game Boy interface actually lets you play it. So apparently they were on kind of like on a mission to figure out how to like capture video from this thing, and that's kind of how it came together. This took me forever to get this E-Tank.
I mean, it doesn't look that hard.
It doesn't, but I spent an extreme amount of time in this part.
Now I can't back down.
No. Once you kind of get it, you'll understand.
Oh, there.
You did it way quicker than I did. But in terms of like getting one N64 game, I mean, I think that Mario 64 is probably like the most iconic game you can probably get.
Oh, easily. I mean, it just controls so well and uses the controller so well, uses the analog stick so well. Oh man, another mini boss. Oh man, it's on bouncy floor. This is not going to end well.
But you got plenty of E-Tanks, right?
That's true. How many lives do I have? I've got 4 lives. I don't know if I want to waste an E-Tank yet. man, it put me all the way back after the first one, though.
Speaking of the N64, I finally got a Ultra HDMI.
And you've never even seen it in person.
In person, and it's pretty great. I was impressed. I am impressed.
I will say though, these guys take forever.
Are you gonna update your firmware on yours?
Yeah, I didn't even realize there was like new firmware. It sounds like you have a little more nuance.
Your 5 versions.
Yeah, well, I'm like 4 versions behind or something. Like I guess there's more nuance to the gamma controls now, which sounds pretty key. Because like with gamma boost on, it's clearly too bright, unless you're using scan lines. And then it's like, you know, I think it's mainly meant for scan lines.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 options now. There's a
yeah, and sometimes it is a little dark. Like just for example, when I was just now recording GoldenEye, last week, I was kind of favoring brighter levels because some of the levels that have like the black fog just felt too dark. I thought they didn't visually convey as well, in video. But now, maybe one of the brighter ones would make a better default, actually. So I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I didn't know. But yeah, something interesting I did sort of realize in the making of this episode was there are some games that have text that Sharp Pixels and D-Blur actually don't really do any favors for. So like GoldenEye, for example, like the system menu text, like on the cheat menu, for example, that text is kind of hard to read if you're using Sharp Pixel plus D-Blur. And the reason I even discovered that it looked much better with the Sharp Pixels turned off was because you can't stretch it. Man, like getting under this guy is going to be like really difficult.
See if you can jump over.
Like, can you? I assume that you. Oh, you don't get stuck in the time. I just assumed. Okay, that's not bad. But yeah. So the system menu text clearly looks better when you don't have it on. The reason I discovered that is because I like using the widescreen mode in GoldenEye. I'm not sure if it has it probably has some negative impact on the frame rate, I'm guessing, but I like to use it because it's cool that it's there. And it's like a legit widescreen. I feel like I've seen some confusion. Like some people think that that was a new feature in Perfect Dark, but it's definitely not. It was in GoldenEye, like a true widescreen mode. Like, the aspect ratio is right. It's not stretched. Like the gun is like, more in the center of the screen. There's like a lot of extra space on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, yeah, I guess that moves it. That's fine. But yeah, it's interesting. I'll have to test around with that a bit more, see if there's any other examples of like certain types of graphics that don't look very clear with the D-Blur. Like I thought the pause menu
Like that
text
might
was
be a
fine.
fun. It might be a fun little thing for the video log. I gotta just kind of talk
maybe.
about, you know, my experiences with the. Oh, see, I knocked right out of the air there. Talk about my experiences with the Ultra HDMI.
Yeah.
You know?
And you've got an RGB mod in the same system.
Right.
You didn't realize it was dual output.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
I've been singing
Like,
praises. of that
it makes
for a long
total sense.
time. I mean, you can't do it with high def NES because you can't even like it's just technically impossible to even install the two in the same system.
Right. So
It's
what
such
I
a
noticed,
different
like,
mod.
so the high def NES, like I just got one of those as well, and I didn't have one previously. Hadn't really even seen it like in person before. Now you can use all of your expansion chips just directly with it without any kind of modding for the system.
I actually am not really sure of the details of that.
'Cause you can enable them in the settings menu.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I've
I'll
never,
try
I've
it
never
out.
tested
Yeah,
because
really.
I don't have like an NES to Family or Famicom to NES adapter.
Right. But I could try it with the EverDrive. Well, the EverDrive, I think you need to make a mod for it as well. But I'll see what I can figure out.
Feels like the
Okay, so
graphic-
it simulates the expansion chips. Okay, I mean I know that that information is. Sometimes I just think we've covered so many things that I just like forget that we've even talked about it. That it makes sense.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Like certain things, like after I've covered it, like I start paying much less attention.
Yeah.
Some wind.
Retro Gaming Systems Collectioner says that this is their favorite gaming stream right now.
Oh.
Or gaming stream show. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I haven't even beaten a boss yet, so.
An hour and a half. I mean, you could probably just.
I mean, I've got so many
do it.
E-tanks now that this guy should be no problem.
I'm surprised this wasn't Bounce Woman.
Is he saying? Is he saying again? Is this like hurt me more, Snake?
Yeah, I better use one of those lead tanks.
Oh, was that really it? There was no second form for that one?
Nope. There you go.
All right. Well, I feel like I should have started there. I mean, that was not a difficult boss. It's much more in line with, you know, what I would expect from a Mega Man box. I was intimidated by Bounce Man because he's, like, so large.
How long is Resident Evil 7?
I don't know. Like maybe 15
Like
hours?
Like that long, right? Huh?
Yeah, I mean that's, you know, Resident Evil 6 was real long, but like that's, like Resident Evil 4 and 5 were, you know, fairly longish for an action game, you know?
So you're using the super powered version, but you can shoot in like a bunch of different directions. You can aim.
I'm using the super powered version?
Yeah, right now you are.
Oh, okay, so I'm using the regular now.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's pretty good attack.
Yeah.
That's spread shot basically. All right. Well, let me put my Mega Man logic to use here. Bounce Man. Bounce Man is going to defeat Impact Man because
I think that's what I thought too.
you sound like you're leading me on to think.
No, I honestly can tell you, I do not remember what weapons work with who.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Impact Man because you know, even if he hits Bounce Man with his impact, you know, oh, I don't know, he's got a lot of pointy things on him now. I'm feeling bad about this. he might be Bounce Man's weakness. My next guess was Acid Man because Bounce Man's balloons can probably be filled with acid. They're probably acid proof. Hey, it's the little pickaxe throwing guys from Gutsman stage.
Yep.
Oh, it's, you know, those guys feel like they were destined for more, and they never really became anything. I feel like they were snuffed out by Sniper Joe.
Did you see the new Halloween today?
No, I haven't. No,
when are you gonna go see it? You're saying you're gonna go.
I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I bought a DE10 Nano to build a Mr. FPGA. I did. It's been sitting there in my kitchen for a week.
Wait, what is it?
The Mr. So have you been? You haven't. I guess you're like.
You
like
mentioned something, but I don't think.
It's kind of like a big thing that's kind of happening right now. Is this Mist FPGA system? The Smoke Monster has been like, it's been around for a long time, but then Smoke Monster helped bring it back to like to the forefront, and like there's been a lot of development on it.
Okay,
and
yeah, I mean, I was aware
like,
of the Mist, but it was apparently
no, the
like...
Mister is like a whole other thing. Yeah, it's like an FPGA, and then there's like 2 add-on boards for it, and you know, it can do 240p analog output from it, and almost RGB output and stuff like that. It's pretty.
Huh.
It's pretty cool. Like
Like what kind of cores are available?
It has a ton of stuff, and a lot of stuff is being worked on. I mean, it's got like NES, Genesis. It's got some arcade stuff, but like I'm like kind of really interested in like the Sharp X68000, the MSX one. It's pretty
so like
good.
you have to put it together yourself or something?
It's just 3 boards, and they just like stack on top of each other.
Is there like an enclosure for it?
I think there is an enclosure. I don't have an enclosure though. I'll definitely have to get an enclosure. And I know that right now it just like supports like USB, but Ash Evans is working on a board that's gonna have it's gonna be USB Genesis style, Neo Geo style, and I think one other one. Yeah, Smoke Monster's done a bunch of videos. He's been talking about it a lot. But I mean, you like never even log on to Twitter at all anymore.
One of the things I definitely want to do is,
I feel like you just got to keep the My Life in Gaming Twitter like open during the day, because there's a lot of stuff that I feel like you might be missing.
Yeah, I'm definitely missing a ton. Like
because I don't use my personal at all anymore. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, I it's just I'm like so out of the habit of like checking a lot of things anymore, and I just like need to get back in the habit. It's just hard to get back in the habits. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things that I just need to be more aware of than I am.
Right, and now you don't have like your Now this is it's part of your job now.
Exactly.
Jeff O says, why does Mega Man sound like Sonic the Hedgehog?
I mean, I think it's better than how he sounds in 8.
Would you say that a GBS 8200 with custom cables on a TV via VGA without any extras would be a cheap and easy setup? I'd say it's a perfectly viable option, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the GBS has a lot of caveats, but it definitely seems to be one of the... I want to get like a VGA...
Switchbox?
2-input switcher, and...
I have one. I have a 3-input one that you can have. That is upgraded to a... It's a 2-input switcher, and it has audio as well.
Is it pretty good?
Yes, I just needed a 4-input, so I upgraded. But you can have my old one. But it's 2 in and 1 out. But it has
yeah, but I want to like be able to hook up
like a 3.5 millimeter.
I want to be able to hook up the GBS and like my GV Dreamcast to the NEC monitor. Like at the same time. Like I set the GBS next to it. Like it's not like nothing's gonna be hooked up to it, but like if I
wait, is your GDEMU Dreamcast not in your main setup?
No, my regular Dreamcast is but I could easily swap it if I need it. Right. Actually, for some reason, I'm not getting a picture on the OSSC ever since I moved everything in my setup. My Dreamcast, I haven't gotten a picture from it on the OSSC from the Toro, which I'm kind of distrustful of the Toro lately anyway, but there's just like no one like talks about like what are the other good viable VGA options, you know?
Well, I think that I have an old VGA box that was like from like 2000. It's orange.
It's not the official, is it?
It's not official, but it's basically official. I mean, I think they cut some corners, maybe, and additional ones they released in the following years, like well after the system was finished. But this is one that's like pretty early on. I should do a comparison.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Like, I don't know. I don't know why it's not working right now.
It's probably the cable that connects to the system. 'Cause I had to
Yeah, I don't
replace
know. I
mine.
mean, I definitely
But if
jiggled
you let
it a
them,
bit.
they'll mail you one free.
I don't
'cause
know
that
if that's,
happened with mine.
I don't know if it's the issue or not. Actually got like a right angled VGA adapter.
Mm-hmm.
I actually haven't tested it. That could be the problem. It's possible.
Yeah.
Just because it's just cleaner going into the full SoC that way. Oh, do I see how to play that? So, like, I feel like the 3D graphics sometimes make it a little more difficult to like read like the hitboxes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Doing pretty good.
But maybe if I have some downtime this week, that's what I'll do. Is I'll do a comparison between the Toro VGA output and
And your other box.
yeah.
Like the Toro isn't really like since the OSSC has the VGA input, like the Toro, like the main appeal was that we could use it with the FrameMeister, but
Right.
now like that it kind of doesn't even matter.
Right.
Sandy, you look kind of out of it. She just woke up from the nap and then she came and hopped up on the couch. But she looks like she just wants to nap more.
But there is an HDMI option coming for the Dreamcast very
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. Of course, I guess HD Retrovision is still working on their Dreamcast component cables as far as I know.
Right. But the Dreamcast HDMI, it's pretty cool. And you know what? The firmware updates, I don't know if you know about this. The firmware updates are done via Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I mean, that's pretty cool, I think.
Like, it's got its own built-in Wi-Fi chip.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Try which N64 games that require the expansion pack would you buy?
I mean, off the top of my head, aren't there only three that require it? I mean,
I don't know.
Donkey Kong 64, Majora's Mask, and Perfect Dark requires it for the sequel.
Speed gear helps a lot with the boss this level. But Q46 is saying.
I mean, I'm sure Speed Gear can help with it. I don't know if I mean, I'm on my last life, so I don't know if I want to start using my
Your E-tanks now.
E-tanks, yeah. Oh! Yeah, I definitely didn't want to start using my E-tanks. let's go to lab.
Mega Man.
I've made a breakthrough.
Oh yeah, see if you
I
can
now create
get
new
any.
Oh, he can create new items.
Yeah.
Okay, Mega, what'll it be?
Yo, Mega, can I interest you in some parts?
Energy bouncer Neo. Whoa, charge all weapon gauges? That's pretty cool. I should actually, I mean, I should be using my bounce.
Yeah.
Sure this is what you want, buddy?
There's one that slows everything down, but it makes it so your character doesn't slow down.
Ah. You know, let's play acid. I'm going to try using this just like as my regular attack for a while and see.
Yeah.
See how
I mean, the game kind of encourages that, and you know, it kind of makes it so that you know if a weapon's going to work on a boss by how well it works on the stage. I think that the idea that I got.
Yellow bad? There's blue,
I think
there's
it goes yellow and then it goes red.
So
Red
yellow is not bad?
No. Once the acid turns green, no damage will do.
Oh, so can it change? Can the same pool change colors?
Yeah, those little guys will shoot like the contaminant into it.
Ah. You know, I feel like there's like shield things that have the rockets on the back that like move forward a ways and they turn around, and you know the things I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm fighting some right now. Like those have changed like how they look.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot ever since the end of the 8-bit days.
Yeah.
Like, they look a lot different in this. They have like weird like skulls on them, and I think it's an 8.
I'm pretty sure this was a big success, though. I think that 12 will definitely happen.
What about X9?
I think X9 will happen too.
Oh, I see those.
It might have bombed physically in Japan. That doesn't, I mean, I don't think it really matters. Oh, we got a $1.99 donation from Marty Slicers. The one I apologize if I'm saying wrong. Are you guys familiar with Atlanta HDMI switchers? I mean, I haven't seen.
I feel like I've used some sort of Atlanta product at some point, but I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah. I think that they have like a. Aren't they one of the people like make the SCART to HDMI, or they have, or no? Maybe you have like the. I've seen. They have the S-video and composite to HDMI. Yeah. At least I think they do.
Oh no!
No, yeah, you're bound to hit some spikes eventually.
Yeah. So wait, is green water bad?
Yes.
Okay. I was reading it wrong. I mean, Acid Man is green, I guess.
There's such a thing as S-video to component transporter. There's not.
I mean, my old Sony AV receiver does that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's certain things like that. I don't think there's any.
I mean, I wouldn't say.
I don't think anybody.
I wouldn't say it doesn't
sure
exist, but it's certainly not a common function of anything that I've seen.
Right. I don't think you'd really find them anywhere now. Viscous level is pretty hard later. Like the jumping and the just like the flow of the water and the spikes.
Oof.
It's close. Tiny Pitbull saying, "I dare you to just let yourself die."
Not me. Sure, that'll happen eventually. I don't want. Oh man, the checkpoints. I mean, you're right. The checkpoints are like pretty spread out.
Yeah. There's probably about 2 more per level on the slightly lower difficulty. Thank you, Joey K, who says, "Big fan of your videos." Thank you.
Is green acid instant death?
I don't think so.
This level's a lot harder without the bounty. But now I've got pretty charged up. Can I blame PS4 input lag on that?
Attack of the Pixel says, "I should dress up and get free candy with my kids this Halloween." Haven't you heard there's this new trend of grown men trick-or-treating? People just think you're a teenager underneath that ass. You know, I don't know. Like I'll just sneak some of my kids' candy. So we've been. It probably will sound blasphemous to like a lot of people, but we've been very good in terms of like regulating the amount of candy that like our kids can have like on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
I know, but we've been very good at like sticking to like 1 piece a day.
Ah.
And you know, the kids are they're very
Stop.
into it. You know, when I was growing up, it was like, you know, like drinking pop or like soda, as some people like to call it. It was always like one a day. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you
I mean,
had.
that was the rule at my house too.
Yeah. But I don't personally. We were gonna dress up. My wife and I would dress up if there's something that we could think of that was fun. Like last year, you know, my son really wanted to be Thomas the Tank Engine, so like I was sort of Topham Hat last year. He was Thomas. I don't remember who my wife was. Yeah, one piece of candy a day. Like, it's just, you know, like they get home from school. You know, so you can have one piece of candy. Sometimes, you know, like I'll let them bend the rules a bit. Depends on how tired they seem.
If they're extra tired, they get extra candy. Is that the rule? Or
Well, if they're gonna be like wild, if they're gonna be like out of control, you know, by having an extra piece of candy, you know, I'm not gonna try to not give it to them. Yeah, I mean, I remember, I mean, my wife says, you know, like once they're like a little bit older, then I don't think there's a problem with having more than one a day. But it makes it last longer too. I mean, it lasts for months away.
An E-tank. Oh, this is my 0th life again? Jeez, maybe I don't want to. Feels like a waste. I would like to beat this mini boss. I mean, it doesn't seem that hard. But I wish
my 0th life.
I wish his minions would oh, I got him. I wish his minions would drop stuff.
This old console, I don't know why you don't let your kids eat all the candy at once. They're gonna lose those teeth. That's true, but I think that I would go crazy, like the way that they would, how crazy they would get. Like I would go crazy from them going crazy. I don't have that kind of patience. I don't know if it's like this on this difficulty, but I know on like the lower difficulty level, you get all of your weapons power restored when you die too.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's not happening here.
Join him in the candy craze. I mean, I don't know.
This
Retro Morgan asks if my kids want to watch scary movies. I mean, they'll watch like little like movies that are not really like scary. Yeah, we watched Little Monsters a couple weeks ago. And it was like a lot scarier than I remembered. I think we talked about this. But we haven't gotten into like too many really actually scary movies.
Oh, am I? I'm looking at the most recent donations thing. Did I miss a 50 at some point?
Holy cow! Hang on a second. Oh no, that was from our the anniversary stream, I think.
Oh, okay. I feel like we've gotten a lot of donations, so I would have thought it would have been pushed off.
No, he's still at the top of the donation list.
Ah.
So we were able to add the whole like join membership thing on here.
Huh?
I think
What?
there's like the membership. It's like basically like YouTube's like built-in Patreon. I think I talked about it earlier, but like in a different way. We didn't have memberships on here until like this week. So like the join button on there. It's the same thing as like as Patreon. It's we're gonna be adding the same
cool.
videos.
It's the Cypher Joe and the Magitech.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of not something I expected to see translated into 3D.
Game Dave is not on here. I haven't heard from Dave in a little while. I don't know where he is. Things have been a little quiet on the Game Dave front lately. We are going to be on Twitch more.
Yeah, just as like an occasion.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be
I mean, like
daytime stuff.
Right. I mean, like the scheduled, weekly show is always going to be here.
Yeah, but I think we've been talking about it forever, but I think like this week it's definitely gonna start.
Yeah, you beat this game sometime.
Yeah. We prefer to join on Patreon or YouTube. It doesn't like they're both gonna get the same content, so I mean it doesn't really matter. I will say that I will update them both at the exact same time. But the membership stuff, I guess the only exclusive thing you get from membership is the emoji that you can use during like the streams and stuff. And we're gonna make some emoji of our heads making faces.
I'm surprised checkpoints at the beginning of the level.
Who takes more money from us? I don't know. I mean, YouTube has a minimum of $4.99. And Patreon, you get everything for the minimum of $1. YouTube does not allow us to like change that, but I mean some people just might prefer to keep that all in one place. Maybe that like it's worth the trade-off, I guess.
Speed gear.
I mean, since we just started it like on YouTube, I don't even know how that works out. I don't think like a separate payment. I think it just goes into your revenue for the month. The same way as super chats do. So maybe YouTube has the minimum of $4.99 because they take more from you. I don't know.
how easy would it be to do the math? I mean, we probably won't even know yet, really.
Right. I mean, it's like something. But some people just might prefer to have, you know, like do everything through one service.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference to me.
Yeah. But like I said, you know, as it is right now, you know, the YouTube will just get like the exclusive emoji to use, the frame mister, and then like let me add like some stuff of our heads.
You know, I uncovered a huge packet of googly eyes that I've got. And, I was like kind of really tempted to put them on my finger.
Oh, really?
I did.
Yeah, that can be awesome.
But I was tempted. I mean, I don't know how I feel about every B-roll shot the frame meister I ever make henceforth having googly eyes.
You can, I mean, can you take them off eventually?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I've got tons of googly.
I think it'd be kind of funny if they're just like on there. You know, you don't call attention to it.
they're just there.
At all. Thoughts on Disney owning Fox on January 1st? I mean,
I thought they already did.
Well, they signed the deal, but it's like taking a while to like kind of go through. I mean, I'm excited about the, you know, future X-Men movies. Halfway there.
Let's see, so
I expected you to like.
Oh, so I can only have one of these on at a time. Recharges all 11 gauges when you pick up 11 gauges. Okay. I wonder if it's less?
We won't see. There will be no X-Men or Fantastic Four cameos in Avengers 4, I don't think. Like, they already wrapped it. Like, there's... I think it'd be cool. It'll be good just for them to, like, kind of end it and, like, have a kind of a clean cutoff for movies going forward. They don't have to tease, like, the next step. After that. Who knows? I mean, if it happens January 1st, then I guess they could probably... I guess they probably could.
Nice.
Oh, do we have access to CES? We never even thought about it. It'd be cool to go to CES. I went to CES in 1993.
I mean, is CES very relevant for our stuff anymore?
I don't know. It would be cool to go to. Yeah, I went when I was 14 years old. Well, I mean, that's true. They do get the rights to the original Star Wars trilogy, so hopefully we'll see them on Blu-ray. Not in special editions on Blu-ray.
I feel like that, like, I feel like that's not going to happen in our lifetime.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like there must be some, like, secret clause with with the deal with George Lucas that they like can never do anything but the special edition.
I don't know.
I mean, I wonder how tough they would even be to like acceptably restore it.
Well, I think that definitely be possible. I mean, there's people doing it on their own.
Yeah, but like, it's like, I mean, there's still not sourcing it necessarily from like ideal places.
Right, but they're doing a really good job with it. I mean, it's really well done.
Right, but I mean, it's still like not of the level that I think.
Give Blockman one more try for tonight.
Okay. I mean, I've got the E-Tank, so I can do it. I mean, the levels are, I mean, it's a tough game. It's surprisingly tough. Like,
Yeah.
Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's surprising how difficult they were willing to make the default.
So someone's saying there's a 4K 77 print that's like sourced from a Technicolor print of A New Hope. It's like 4K. You can download it. Like it exists.
But how cleaned up is it?
The stuff that I've seen, it looks really, really good. I mean, I wouldn't underestimate the power of the people that have wanted to see these for so long. Their sheer determination to make something that's
but I mean, when
really
you consider
good.
like how weird Disney is with like their animated classic releases and like how scarce those, like, you know, they want Act Like is like the one time it's ever. I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I mean, I could see that, but I don't think that's going to be the case. And maybe if they're going to do that, they're going to release them and be like, make a big deal about them being released, and then maybe they will put them back. They'll put them in the vault after a little while, but they're going to release them for sure. I mean, they probably really care about the stuff that they created themselves, putting the stuff that they created themselves into the vault.
Yeah, I guess.
And, you know, Itchy's Vegeta says it right. Disney is about making money.
I mean,
The demand for the theatrical version of Star Wars has to be released on Blu-ray is too high.
I mean, it's got to be really pent up. Like, it would probably be the best.
Like,
I mean, they would be the best-selling Blu-rays of all time by like a wide margin. Like, not even close.
Right.
Like, not even close.
I don't own any of those Star Wars movies on Blu-ray. Well, I have. I guess I have the new ones. I just have 7 and 8.
What if they made it like a streaming service exclusive? Like, you couldn't even, you could never actually buy them to put on your shelf.
I don't think that'd happen either. James Kachuga, I've not watched any of the TV shows. Although that live action one looks pretty sweet.
What TV show?
Like the Clone Wars, like the animated stuff. Like I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, I mean, I actually saw like the you know, like before the Clone Wars show was actually on TV, I saw the like they did like a theatrical release of like the cartoon. I forget what it was even called. I remember like nothing about it. But I did see it in the theater actually. It was
oh really?
Yeah, it was a pretty long time ago.
Yeah, don't doubt that it probably makes like the whole storyline of the prequels like a bit better, but I don't know. I just don't care. I just feel like I mean,
that sounds like a time commitment for sure.
I just don't really care about the prequels anyway.
I mean, the animation style of that stuff like doesn't really appeal to me either.
It was input lag which just happened.
Yep, that was definitely it.
But even still, like, just in the same way like the new movie, that it's like I watch them once and I'm kind of like done. That's how I was with the prequels. Like I tried to watch prequels like more than like the initial time that I've seen them, and you know I have them all on not on Blu-ray but on just like on DVD, and it's like
I mean when the prequels came out, like I was, well, obviously one, a lot younger than you, and two, like pretty new to Star Wars in general. So I was like way more accepting of them. Like me and my friends like kind of watched them a bunch.
There's nothing wrong with that though. I mean I get it.
But like you know with like the new movie, like after like all that was like kind of said and done, like I consider myself a really big Star Wars fan in high school and college, and then just kind of lost touch with it. And then, like, you know, when The Force Awakens came out, like, I was like really feeling Star Wars again in a way that I hadn't in a long time. But like, like after The Last Jedi, like I just like don't, like I'm not feeling really excited anymore. I did like Solo though.
I still haven't seen that.
I thought it was surprisingly good. It was a lot of fun. Rogue One I thought was fine, but just kind of there.
Yeah, it was enjoyable the first time I watched it, and then I tried to watch it again when it was on Netflix, and I was so bored. I'm gonna do something else. I said, you know, I'd rather just watch Thor Ragnarok for the 5th time. I've watched that movie like several times in a time where I don't often rewatch movies. I've watched Thor Ragnarok a surprising amount of times. Trying to use the speed gear.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried it on him, but it's, I don't know, it doesn't seem to gain me as much time as I would like per cycle.
Whoops. I am kind of amazed, like, about your like actual lack of progress.
Me too. Like it's, I don't know. Maybe it's the context of the stream, or maybe I'm just like tired from working all weekend.
Maybe.
Like, at what point did you decide to switch difficulty levels?
Probably when I played every single level and not beaten a single one of them.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually not. I'm not doing that bad in comparison.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No. I'm on my last life again. Okay, I'm using my E tanks if I get to the boss. For sure. Or even if I don't, I'm not letting myself die because of the lack of but you know, there are always pits.
I mean, I think that like when you played Mega Man and Base, like you did better than that. So I don't even know. I feel like that game might have been.
I mean, that game's pretty hard, but I mean, it's pretty surprising how hard this game is. Like, I mean, even you know, Mega Man 1, you know, I can do a lot better than this. Mega Man 1 is, you know, probably considered the hardest one of the NES one. Well, I guess that was it. I feel, is it just me or does the knockback feel more, like maybe it's the same amount of knockback, but it feels like the knockback
I think that there's an item
faster.
you can get that makes it. There's an item you can get that can make it so that you don't like knock back as much.
Dr. Light made a breakthrough, but
Yo, Mega.
it was
Can I interest you in some
power
puzzles?
shield. Lessen the amount you will push back when you take damage. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
Sure this is what you want, buddy? And there you have it. Heart complete.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy that. That's been a
Oh,
problem a few times.
this old console. I've watched a bunch of What We Do in Shadows. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I put it on.
Wow, that same screen just makes me feel bad. It's like 2 hours and exactly 1 is grayed out.
Well,
Mouseman was really easy though.
yeah, that's probably a good one to start with. But I wonder, you know, maybe you can stream tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, but I don't. Now I'm worried. Like, can I even beat a boss during a lunch break?
Depends on how long the lunch break is.
I guess that's true. All right.
Any last minute questions, comments? James McCheskey, I have no idea who should play Wolverine. I don't know. I'll probably pick somebody who's probably really good for it. That I would never even think of.
Which short actor should play Wolverine? Why does Wolverine need to be a short actor?
Because he's short in the comics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is it just me or is Mega Man 11's normal mode tougher than the 8-bit games? No, I think so.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even Mega Man 1, when I didn't know Mega Man 1, wasn't that tough. You want to say hi to the camera, Sandy?
Do we have more footage for the B-roll channel? I mean, I sure we could upload a bunch of stuff to it. I haven't thought about it lately. You should upload some Perfect Dark Zero. I guess I could compile all the Perfect Dark Zero stuff and upload it.
Yeah, or you've already got your like playthrough selects clip.
Yeah, it's like an hour of stuff.
Recorded in 4K, even though the game doesn't upscale to 4K.
Yeah. I don't know
technically it upscales to 4K, but it doesn't render in 4K.
Well,
I guess that'll do it.
That's gonna do it. Thanks for everybody who came out and watched tonight, and thank you for the donations.
Yeah.
And thanks for checking out the Perfect Dark Zero episode this weekend.
Indeed.
Really quick, we should talk about what happened with the premieres.
Oh,
thing we were gonna try.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just got access to it. I mean, the feature just launched in general, right?
Yeah.
And you thought it would be a fun idea that, like, it would essentially be like this, where we've got the chat room and, you know, people watch it live. And I was a little unsure, but I agreed it sounded fun. I wasn't sure if it was necessarily a good fit for our content, but, but yeah, I was like, sure, Perfect Dark Zero, that's like a safe video to experiment with. We're not, you know, if it doesn't go well, it's not like we're losing out on anything huge. And I set it to premiere while I was uploading. I didn't realize like this page was going to go live immediately. And the comments about the whole premiere concept were mostly very negative. So, and I guess the main thing that really changed your mind was it was like appearing in people's like watch lists is like, hey, watch this now, even though you can't see it in like for like 40 hours.
Right. Like, check this one out next. It like appeared in like the watch next.
Yeah. So
selection.
People didn't like that. So we deleted that, uploaded a new instance, and, you know, released it at the same time as planned, because we are planning to make Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern our intended release time.
Yes.
You know, it's not going to be weekly, not now anyway. But you know, we're going to target that unless we're making a video that's like timely, I guess, you know, and we want to get it out, like, you know, while people are interested in talking about it, or you know, when an embargo might lift or something like that. But you know, for stuff like, you know, I ain't waiting on no Perfect Dark Zero embargo, so you know, we'll save it for, you know, that time. You know, unless we're like behind and could just release it on Sunday or something, you know. I mean, but that's in general going to be the goal. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're not planning to do the premiere thing now. I mean, it's sort of a fun idea, but I mean, there's definitely a lot of disadvantages to it too.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see everybody soon.
All right, later.
Good night.